Hey guys, Chris from Provo Beast Audio Installation. In today's quick tutorial, we're going to show you how to set the gains on your bass amplifier. Let's get started. Alright, so as we get started here, we have our test bench all set up. We have a radio, we have a bass amplifier, this is a mono amplifier, and we have some testing equipment. Now before we jump into it, the biggest question that we get here on the channel is, first and foremost, how do I set the gains on my amplifier so I don't harm my brand new speakers? Well, today we're going to show you how we can use a device like this to help set those gains properly so we can provide our speakers the best signal possible. What we're going to use today is what we call an SMD DD1. This is a distortion detector that helps us identify at what loudest point our radio can put out a signal that's clean and not distorted, so we can match the amplifier's gain to that signal. Let's go ahead and get started and show you what we need to do. Now we're going to grab our SMD DD1. It also came with these probes that we have plugged into our distortion detector. Additionally, we have our radio booted up and we have a thumb drive in it playing test tones that are included with your SMD DD1. You can also download those test tones online, which we'll link down in the description. From the radio, we have a short RCA just for display and testing purposes from the subwoofer RCA output of the radio to the input RCA of our amplifier. Now we have that all hooked up and ready to go. First thing that we need to do is on your amplifier, before we start playing any sort of test tone, you gotta make sure you unplug any of your speakers. You want to disconnect your subwoofers. You don't want to be playing this test tone through those subs to potentially damage those subs. So here on the bench, we don't have anything hooked up to the speaker output of our amplifier, so we're not going to damage anything here on the bench. Now with our SMD DD1, it comes with these test probes which we've plugged in. One end will need to go to the ground of the amplifier. So you can see off just to the right of the frame here, the black wires are ground. What we're going to do is just stick that in there, just like so. We got that all in there, so it's into the ground of the amplifier. Now for the positive end here, or the red end of our probe, we need to put it into the positive speaker terminal output of our amplifier. Again, you don't want to have any of your speakers connected. Now sometimes if you're not getting any signal through that positive side, you can put the negative speaker terminal. It's up to you. In our demonstration today, we're going to put it on the positive speaker terminal because we verified that's where our signal is coming out. Next here, what we need to do on our radio is ensure that everything is flat. We don't want to have any sort of EQ. Now currently it has an EQ put in, so what we're going to do on our radio is set everything to flat. We want a nice flat line here. We have our subwoofer set to on. Speaker level, we have everything zeroed out. Crossover, we have our crossover currently turned off, which is just fine because we want a full signal going to our amplifier. Now on the amplifier itself, we want to make sure our gain is all the way down, as low as it can go, and our frequency, our low pass filter, turn it all the way up to the top. If you have a subsonic filter, make sure that's turned all the way down. If you have a bass boost, that should be turned all the way off, but if you want to set it where you want to set it before you start setting your gains. If you have a bass knob, make sure your bass knob is turned according to the DD1 instructions, kind of right in the middle at 50%, just so you have some up and down as needed. Okay, so we have our radio now set up, ready to go. Same thing with our amplifier. At this point, let's turn on our DD1. The power light indicator is now on, so we have a good 9 volt here. So first thing that we need to do is go ahead and start playing our test tone. Now we have this set on repeat track just in case we need more time. It doesn't go to the next test tone on us. With everything hooked up, all we need to do is start turning up our volume here. Okay, now it's loud enough where it's starting to detect our 40 Hertz signal. The signal line is illuminated. And what we're going to do is continue to turn that up until we see that distortion light turn on. Oop, it flashed, but it's still off. Oh, there we are. So that is level 39. So we'll back it off one. So we know now that this radio on level 39, the signal begins to distort. So level 38 is the loudest that this radio can go with a clean signal before it begins to distort. So that's exactly what we need to know. At this point in time, what we need to do is go to track 3, track 5, or track 7. So track 3 is going to be 40 hertz at -5 dB, which is maximum sound quality. Now track 5 is 40 hertz, -10 dB at compromised sound quality. And then track 7 is 40 hertz, -15 dB at loudest system possible. So you have 3 different options for your radio based on the way that you want it set up. For our purposes today, we're going to do maximum sound quality. Alright, so we have 40 hertz, -dB at maximum sound quality. So what we're going to do is hit play. And again, we're going to have this loop on this track. It's still reading 40 hertz as our signal. What we're going to do is start turning up our gains. And we're going to turn it up. Turn it up. Oh, saw a little distortion, but it's not on yet. Oh, there it is. See that light? Back it off a little bit. Turn it up a little bit. There's our distortion. Back it off a little bit. Perfect. Remember, gain is not a volume knob. It's an input sensitivity that needs to match the output sensitivity of your aftermarket radio. So now we have these perfectly aligned and synced in terms of power output. So our subwoofers will, as long as we stay under the distortion level, so at level 38, which is our loudest volume possible, we'll have the cleanest signal all the way up to level 38. Alright, so that's about it for this tutorial today. Now if you want to see more videos like this, we're actually going to do quite a few videos. We'll link those down in the description. For example, we're going to do a 4-channel, we'll do a 5-channel, we'll also just do the head unit only. If you want to purchase one of these DD1s yourself, we'll have a link down in the description that'll take you to Amazon where you can purchase one today. If you have any questions on what we did here, go ahead and post a comment below. Thanks guys for watching the channel. We appreciate your support. Hit that like button if you liked what you saw, and don't forget to subscribe. We post great content here on the channel all the time. We will see you in the next video.